You take a look at this Leo team. Obviously, last year's senior class was one for the ages for Leo. So now that it's your team and your class's team, how do you go about replacing those guys and keeping the level of football to that same top level?
Really just living up to their legacy. They left a great mark in the weight room, on the field, even off the field, all these team events. So really we kind of just have inherited their presence, and we're just trying to duplicate it.
Yeah. What do you like about this Leo team? Obviously, you've been together in the weight room 7-on-7 throughout the offseason. What has you thinking positively about this group of guys?
Really just how we bond. We've been playing football together since Cub when we were 5th, 4th grade, and really we're built together and we're like a family on the field.
Coach Doerffler obviously takes over for Coach Sauter, who'd been there for quite some time. So what are some of the changes, and what are some of the things that you've noticed about a new head coach, new coaching staff this season?
Yeah, it's different. We got new coaches coming in, new guys. They're all really nice, really good, love to teach and love to learn from them.
For you guys, what's really going to be the key to getting on the same page?
Just continuous reps and just keep hitting the field with the coaches and practice and all that.
Because of the success you guys have had the last couple of years, the target's on your back when it comes to the NE8. How do you handle that pressure and knowing that you guys are going to get everybody's best shot every Friday night?
Just evaluation and preparation. We got to prepare well for good opponents. We got good teams this year like Norwell and East Noble. They're always tough, and just preparing for them, really.
Love it, man.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
We lost a lot of seniors last year, but we've had a lot of guys step up. I think a lot of guys on our team have put in a lot of work in the off season, so we have a lot of dedication, and I think we have a good class.
Yeah, when you take a look at that graduating senior class was really one for the ages for Leo football. So what do you learn from those guys that you can implement now that it's kind of your turn to take over the program?
Those guys were great leaders. A lot of guys look up to them still. They still come to practices, and a lot of guys base their leadership off of them, and they just set a really good role for our team. So,
obviously, Coach Doerffler taking over for Coach Sauter. We haven't seen a coaching change in over a decade at Leo. So, what are some of the things that he's bringing to the table, and what are some of the things that you think he is looking to imprint upon this program in year one?
We have a whole new offense. I think he focuses a lot more on morals. He has a lot of time where we talk as a team in a classroom about how to lead and how to compose yourself. And I think it's a good coaching decision.
Because of that senior class graduating, maybe people from the outside aren't going to hold you to that high expectation, but I know you guys in the locker room are going to hold yourself to that expectation. So how much do you look forward to proving anybody that thinks you're an underdog wrong?
Oh, I'm so excited. A lot of guys think that we're not going to be as good as a team, but I think we really have something special here. So,
final question, what are you most looking forward to about 2022?
Being a senior, your whole life as a football player, you look up to this moment, and it's just been a long time coming, and it's going to be a lot of fun this year. So.
Okay, Coach Doerffler, not at Northrop, at Leo, first year as the head coach at the Leo Lions. What's the transition been like? What are you trying to do to impart your stamp on this program that has had a lot of success in recent years?
Yeah, so far the transition has been a very smooth one. It happened late, middle of May or so on and so forth. So we had to first assemble a coaching staff, and luckily a lot of the coaches from last year and in that recent success you mentioned are staying on board. So that's helped a lot, and then really just to get to know the kids, and then we worried about football. So it's been a busy summer. We like where we're at. We got a long way to go, but we're definitely on the right track.
Obviously, I'm sure people have talked to you about this a lot. The senior class that graduated from Leo last year was one for the ages. In terms of college talent, in terms of wins. How do you go about replacing those guys, and what are going to be some of the keys to getting these guys to compete at that same level as you enter a new year?
Yeah, I think it was 7 college football players out of that graduating class, and I think 4 were going on to play at the Division I level, and that's pretty unheard of when you think about it. So luckily there's a lot of returners that played on very good teams and got a lot of varsity and Friday night action. So, the tradition and the success, that's the challenge, to try to keep it rolling and carry over to the next group. But we have a good group of seniors that have really kind of taken the lead, and we'll go as far as they lead us.
Tell me about this team offensively. Who are going to be some of the big keys, starting with the quarterback position?
Yeah, so quarterback, we got a couple guys battling out right now. Kyler Decker and Landon Hepner are two very good athletes, and they both provide kind of their little different skill sets. And offensively, we're going to be kind of anchored by a couple of returning offensive linemen, Collin Butler and Truman Wirtz, both started last year, and they're outstanding linemen. And we got some things to fill in, and some young skill and at the receiver position that we're going to work in. And we're excited about our offense. We got a long way to go still.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that offense, because we've known Leo as kind of a ground and pound, which when you have DJ Allen and Landon Livingston block and Collin Butler blocking for you, it makes sense. But you threw the ball a little bit more at Northrop. What are you trying to do and implement offensively? Where are some of the schematic changes coming in for you?
Yeah, we'll be a little bit more spread out, but as I was telling somebody else, the goals still remain the same. We want to run the football, and at any level of football, if you can run the ball, you're going to be successful. So, the goal of moving the ball on the ground is still the same. It's just out of a different look and different formations. But we're going to rely heavily on our offensive line, and the team that wins the line of scrimmage typically wins the game. So that's not changing.
Obviously, a lot of talk about offense. I want to ask one final question about defense. East Noble scores the football. Norwell with Graft can run the football. Columbia City throws it around, or at least did with Greg Bolt. You got to play defense in this conference to win. What are going to be some of the keys defensively? Who are some of the guys that are looking to step up on that side?
Yeah, one of the strengths of our team, in my opinion, is our defensive line and linebackers. So defensive line-wise, we have two really good defensive ends in Aiden Furnish and Brock Schott, both underclassmen, but now that's kind of their time to shine. And a defensive tackle in Lucas Sharon that is Mason's brother and is doing a lot of good things this summer. And the linebacking crew of Ethan Crawford and Alex Holcomb and Drew Baker and some of those names, they're all back. So they played a lot of varsity snaps, and very excited about what they offer us on defense. So defense is what we're going to hang our hat on early on.